Most people had an uncle growing up that would pull quarters out of their ears. It's not a hard trick to pull on a kid, and it's rather endearing, really. While my uncle was a better conjurer than that, not a lot of what he did could be called endearing. He would occasionally break into tears for no reason, then be escorted away from us young'uns. And 2 minutes later, he'd be back, sporting red cheeks, dry eyes, and the same stoic expression that he had by default. There were other random things, too. He pounded his fist on the table at dinner a few times for no real reason. Sometimes he'd zone out into vegetative states for extended periods of time. He also drank a lot. No one else in our family really did, though. When another uncle was getting married, we all gathered at a house I had never been to before. I was unhappy that my parents wouldn't take me to go get this Crash Bandicoot toy, but then they said that this uncle had a cat, which was in the basement for the party. I was excited to see it. I had always wanted a cat. When I went into the basement, my uncle was rummaging around in some boxes. There was a metal bucket on a table. My uncle turned and looked at me, and smiled. He opened his wallet and took out a quarter. He put the wallet away and threw the quarter into the bucket. Then he produced another quarter from thin air. I didn't understand what he was doing. He picked up the bucket and dropped another quarter in. He ruffled my hair and pulled out a quarter, dropping it into the bucket. Then came the obligatory quarter from the ear. Then he started pulling quarters out of the boxes. I was searching the boxes looking for the quarters as he continued the show. I was amused and laughing at his endless supply of quarters. He then placed the bucket on top of the boxes out of my reach and went upstairs, only stopping to click his tongue and point at me. I rearranged the boxes to reach the middle bucket, hoping I could find enough money in there to buy my Crash Bandicoot toy. The metal bucket only had 3 quarters in it, and a dead cat.